everyone, welcome back. Today's video is my monthly haul for the month of April. So this is everything that I have purchased or been gifted throughout the month. I usually say gifted if it's friends or family, but I actually purchased everything this month. So this was all my own money. So the first thing I'm going to kick it off with is basically 3 of the same kind of item, and they're by Colourpop. I have become quite enamored with Colourpop's palettes lately. Mostly because I tried that Chasing Rainbows palette from their holiday collection, and I was so impressed. When I first bought Colourpop, going back, oh geez, how many years now? 7 years ago maybe? I bought their Super Shock shadows and I didn't love them. And I bought their Ultra Matte liquid lipsticks and I hated them. So me and Colourpop did not get off to a very good start, and I've avoided a lot of their launches over the years just because I spent like, I don't know what it was at the time, 60 bucks on different products and didn't love a single one of them. So I've just been kind of like, meh, Colourpop's not a brand for me. I don't really care to try any more from them, and I just kind of put it out of my mind. But that Chasing Rainbows palette really drew me in, so I picked it up and love the crap out of it. I did a full video review on it if you want to check it out down below, but I was so madly in love with that palette that I was like, okay, maybe Colourpop is doing something right with their pressed shadows. So they've been launching these kind of monochromatic palettes, and I've been really intrigued because I really enjoy a monochromatic makeup look, much like what I'm wearing today is very like copper, burnt, dark orange. So when I saw these, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I never picked them up until they launched the Just My Luck palette, which is what made me cave. So I ordered this one and then the 2 other ones. And I am hoping that Colourpop puts this kind of palette out for every color of the rainbow because they are fantastic. So the Just My Luck palette and all the other ones, which I'll show you in a second, are 9-pan palettes that come in plastic packaging with a massive mirror on the top case. There are 9 shadows in here, and they're an excellent ratio of mattes to shimmers, which I usually have a problem with other palettes that are being put out. Usually there's far too many shimmers and not enough mattes, but Colourpop actually has, yeah, there's more mattes in here than there are shimmers, which makes me very happy. So I did recently review this palette, and I'll link to that also down below if you're interested. But this one is not as green as I thought it was going to be. A lot of the colors in here actually lean quite teal or blue based. It was really bizarre. Now, I mean, you look at it and you see green, and obviously there is a lot of green in here, but the edge on some of these colors is quite blue, and that came out quite obviously on the eyes. Kiss My Ass, Act Natural, and Big Banks all have quite a blue cast to them when you put them on your eyes. It works really well with the palette, but it kind of surprised me that there just wasn't more of a true green in here. The only one that's really a true green is Mo Bamba, but that is quite dark. There's no like actual color green. It's a little bit bizarre. Anyway, I've really enjoyed this palette. I've been playing with it and it's a lot of fun, but it is a blue leaning green palette. Now the other 2 palettes I have less experience with because I haven't done a full review on these, and I don't really intend to because they've been out for a while. The Just My Luck palette, I've put together at least 5 eye looks with it, and I've used It's My Pleasure I think only once. I think it was just this past Friday, but I really liked the look. So this is the purple palette basically, but it's funny, much like the Just My Luck palette, when you open it, you kind of realize it's not just purple. And I mean, that works to really make a cohesive eye look. But I see so much pink in this palette, which is funny because this one is like the pink palette. Anyway, I played around with this on Friday and I did really enjoy it. I think the colors are really beautiful in here, and they're a little bit of a different take on purple. The only thing that I feel is missing is I wish that like this color here, like the true purple, was actually available in a matte shade, because I feel like the mattes do lean quite pink, because this one's pink, that one's like a pale lavender pink, and then this one's basically brown, and this one's like a quite a dark brown purple. Anyway, I'm judging on this palette. I've only used it one time. It's just funny that these color themed palettes that we keep referencing as like the purple palette or the green palette actually have a lot more in them than just that one color family. And to reiterate, I think that that helps to make a more cohesive eye look, because you're not just stuck with like, here's your purple, now sort yourself out. There's more to choose from. So I've really been enjoying playing around with these 2 palettes because, I don't know, I've just not been impressed with other brands' launches recently, and these have really intrigued me. So I'm happy to be owning more by Colourpop because everybody raves on and on about them, and I've kind of felt like, well, why didn't I like them so much? And just come to discover it's because I haven't been using their pressed eyeshadows. So the one I haven't tried yet is the Ooh La La palette, and it's the pink palette, which I almost didn't get because I don't really like pink. It's a color that I'm not drawn towards unless it's in a neon format. Like, I want it to be super loud, super aggressive, super vibrant. So even though this is the pink palette, I picked it up because it is quite neon on the inside. This whole row in the middle is like slap you in the face kind of pink, and I am in love with it. This one, out of all of the ones, even though I haven't used it yet, is definitely more true to its own color family than the other two are, because there's a lot more actual pink in here than there is like actual just purple or actual just green. So I like how aggressively pink this is because it's so vivid, and I'm hoping that this kind of like turns me a little bit around on pink, because as I just said, I'm not that drawn to it as a shade, even though it can make for really good eye looks. And one of my best tricks really for incorporating pink into a look to make it look a little bit more normal or seamless, I guess you could say, is putting like a hot pink through the crease and mixing that with like a blue or a purple. That tends to work out really well for me. But I am excited to play with this one, and it's funny, it's all pink. Well, there's a purple here, but this one's like a gold. So I'm pretty excited about these palettes just because I feel like there's something exciting and new in makeup, and I'm excited to be excited about them because I feel like so many launches lately are just completely deflating to me. Like, I'm not that into so many things that have come out recently, and I'm just like, ugh, that's boring, don't care, don't like that color combination. But with Colourpop, I feel like this is actually interesting, and I can't wait to see what other kind of combinations they're going to come out with for eyeshadow palettes. I know they put out products like basically every week, so I'm sure there'll be more coming out soon, and I can't wait to see more from them. So aside from the 3 eyeshadow palettes that I bought this month, I bought some Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponges. Now this is brand new packaging for them. It just looks a little bit different, a little bit more cleaned up, and I guess I would say a little bit more adult. But it's funny because I found these at Winners, which is basically a discount chain similar to Marshall's or TK or TJ Maxx. I found these at Winners, which always makes me nervous because I feel like, oh no, they're going to be discontinuing it, because that's usually where makeup goes to die, right? Like the discount stores is where you find stuff that's discontinued. But as far as I'm aware, they're not getting rid of this, and this is new packaging, and I picked it up because it was $19.99, which is the best price that you can find them for in Canada. I have found them for 20 bucks on iHerb.com, but that is in American funds, I think. Now that I've said that, maybe I'm wrong. But it was nice to find it locally, so I just snapped up a 4-packet because 5 bucks each is a very good deal, because normally you pay, actually in drugstores here, it might be closer to like 11 bucks each if you're going to like a Rexall or a Shoppers Drug Mart. So I always buy these in bulk because they are my favorite sponge, and I will forever repurchase them. So that is it for the month of April. I didn't buy a ton of things this month, but that's okay. And as I said, there's not a lot of brands that are putting out things lately that interest me, so I'm saving my money and I'm okay with that. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.